So I think we have one more of a thing to get, right? Most likely. Devon v Devon? London culling. So this is the final thing that we have for Wrench, trying to readjust here. And that would finally give us our grenade launcher here. Our spicy shock grenade launcher and whatnot. So let's see here. Jordy has a new fixer contract for Wrench that seems simple at first. The client wants Wrench to steal a custom car, but they also want to be overcome during the heist, and they ask specifically for Wrench. Wrench thinks the job is boring, but the client paid too much money for Jordy to say no. And wait, the car looks like the car from the upcoming Devon Von Devon movie. This is a freaking reference to Watch Dogs 2, hero of the Cyber Driver action franchise that Wrench is a huge fan of, and the client's voice also sounds so familiar. Could it be? No way, that's what they're gonna do? Hello, Cam, how are you doing today? So in Watch Dogs 2, there's this mission where it's like freaking Marcus, the main character, along with Wrench, are big fans of this freaking Cyber Driver movie, and they decide to freaking steal the car used for the movie and make it like a whole DedSec version and run it through town and all that fun stuff. And then later on, there's another mission, the one where you take down the freaking religious organization that has made everything up and you know, just making people advance the more money they pay and trying to brainwash them, which is unfortunately quite a few in real life as well, and that's kind of the arguments it was trying to make. But and one of the dudos that was being brainwashed by this religious organization who he saved was like the lead actor from this movie. So are they bringing back the kind of character of this, like, you know, fake movie franchise that they made for the sake of this game? Are they bringing back the lead actor in that thing that Wrench is apparently a huge fan of, and he wants Wrench to steal a car again, just like in Watch Dogs 2? Oh, I'm looking forward to this. Oh, I'm looking forward to this one.
All right, Ratchet, there's the job.
It's Wrench. Wrench! You're doing this on purpose to antagonize me. Wait a minute. Are you flirting with me, Jordy?
Gonna ignore that. Job is simple, so even you'll find it hard to screw up. Client wants you to steal a car. I'm sending you the coordinates.
Ugh. Pass. That's boring.
Sorry, Monkey Wrench, but the client specifically asked for you. And, oh yeah, they're gonna tag along on the job too.
What? I'm not some glorified babysitter.
They paid a ludicrous amount of crypto to ensure that today you are, so get to it.
Who's asking for me? Is it a trap? Jordy? Jordy!
Sounds like Fast and Furious. It could be an allusion to that. Like, there's been a lot of things in Watch Dogs where it's like, oh, okay, that's clearly what it's referencing. Like freaking Moodle being Google, Star Rogers Coffee being freaking Starbucks. A whole bunch of freaking things. Like, I don't know if that's a direct reference to Fast and Furious. The way that it was portrayed in Watch Dogs 2 was like a very sci-fi looking movie kind of thing. But I mean, it's just, I guess, a reference to freaking those kinds of racing movies in general, I guess, and whatnot. So I'm gonna get into this car. This looks like an alrighty car to get into. Where the frame rate is not the best right now, but that's a-okay. It's fine. It can't get worse than 3D World was earlier today. So yeah, this will be an interesting mission to see exactly what this is like. Wait, where is this leading me here, huh? Huh? Wait, whoa, wait. Should I just like, squeezy?
Accepted the mission. Excellent. Step 1 is underway.
For the record, I'm an unwilling participant in whatever deep throat fantasy you're acting out here, dude.
What? That's gross, man.
It's an X-Files thing. You're gross.
Whatever you say. The car I want you to steal should be nearby.
Who the fuck are you? And why are you using a voice modulator?
Ask the guy who's also using a voice modulator. Get the car, and maybe you'll find out.
It's gonna be the Dudo. It's gonna be that actor that we saved in Watch Dogs 2. The Cyber Driver guy. Right?
God, it's making my eyes bleed. I love it.
Okay. So...
Wait a minute. That music? This car? Are you... Oh my god.
I can already see Marcus at the bottom left. So it's not the actor, it's Marcus.
You know it, baby. It's the epic Wrench and Marcus crossover the people have been asking for.
That would have been cool if it was the actor. the actor Dudo that we saved in Watch Dogs 2.
Shit,
But Marcus
that's
works
almost
as well.
better than what I thought.
Wait, who the fuck did you think I was?
I won't lie. I was kind of hoping you were
Him.
Jimmy Siska.
That's who I thought it was.
But I do have a
That's his
surprise
name.
plan for you in that vein. This car is the car Jimmy Siska drives in the upcoming Devin Von Devin movie. Devin v. Devin, London Calling.
Oh my God! Is Jimmy Siska gonna jump out of the trunk?
No, Rick, you're killing me here. Drop me these coordinates and I'll fill you in. Alright, so first off, you going AWOL without a word to your boy was rude. You're gonna apologize to me later for making me worry about your stupid ass.
Yes, Mom. Now, tell me what my surprise is. Please, please.
So remember when that teaser for Devin v. Devin London Calling dropped? Finally, Devin Von Devin was gonna return to our screens, facing off against his evil British clone.
The evil British clone.
Devin, in an epic showdown of Devins.
Yeah, but after the London bombings, filming got shut down and they couldn't finish the movie.
Yeah, they were missing a few big stunts, but the car and all the sets are
Oops.
still here.
Not for long.
Oh my God! You don't mean...
It's up to us. We're gonna film those stunts and finish the movie.
Fuck yeah! we are.
I think that's really cool that they decided, you know, in this freaking DLC that brought the protagonist from the first game and one of the characters from the second game also has a mission that brings in the
Jimmy Siska returns as
coming
Devin
soon.
Von Devin.
I am back, baby.
Okay, so they still got like, it might be the same voice actor, I don't know.
Devin Von Devin to the merry streets of England, where he faces off against his greatest.
I'm a bit sad that there's no video there with that, and it's just like an image. We don't get an actual trailer. That sucks.
Secretly grown from his DNA by the sinister spy agency Elite Shadow Force. Devin Van Devin.
How can I defeat myself?
Okay, we'll get a cutscene the moment we get over there, so I'll let this play out first.
Coming soon in Devin v. Devin, London Calling.
Oh shit! That sounds so good.
I am at half-mast.
My goodness, so is this a... Is that water that I don't want to drive into? It's hard to tell with the lighting sometimes. So, here. Oh, so this is what we're doing. Reach the first movie set. We're taking an interesting route, it seems like. That cars are probably not supposed to be on. Squizzy coming through. We got things to do. Yeah, this is very similar to that one mission in Watch Dogs 2. Okay, I thought that might be a ramp at first that I'd take.
Well, any
Oh?
guess what we're about to do here?
I see a ramp. I see a car.
Jump a
The
car.
answer isn't, we're gonna jump a car. I'm never speaking to you again.
Hell yeah, we're gonna jump a fucking car.
Sparkus is this strode, huh? So, jump the car. Epic.
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker!
Yeah, I got a nice angle on that too.
That car's not insanely expensive or anything, right?
Well,
I'm sure it'll buff out.
I keep doing Alt-Tab thinking there might be a cutscene, but... Hold on, let me Alt-Tab off very quickly and fix the thing with OBS. There we go. Well then, do we get back in the car? Wait, what? Devon v. Devin, London Calling, page 1. Extra, I don't know what the XT means. Mountain Peak Sunrise, the open skies of Appalachian, I don't even know. I don't know how it's pronounced. I'm sorry. Mountain range, mighty free. Mountain pass continues. We follow the cameras, hikes up the rugged mountain path, getting closer to the peak. We break through the clearing of the pine trees to see 6.5 feet of pure American beef doing push-ups against the stony ground, shirtless, sweat rolling down his bronze tan skin. CIA agent approaches out of breath. Devin Von Devin pauses, holding himself up with one steely arm, and looks over to the hapless government stooge. Devin Von Devin, I said I want to be left in peace. CIA agent Devin, I'm afraid your country needs you.
Ranch and his BFF Marcus. Going to blow stuff up, yeah, yeah. Going to Cyber 2 Driver. Gonna be friends with Jimmy Siska.
Well,
Okay, it's rich again, huh?
So how did you know I was in London?
Just because you stopped talking to everybody doesn't mean I didn't keep tabs on you. After you split with,
He who must not be named and can fall down a well.
yeah, touchy subject, I know.
Who would this be?
I won't put you on
T-Bone,
blast,
maybe?
boy,
I don't
just-
know.
Are you alright? What are you doing here?
I had
You shall
unfinished
not be
business
named.
with Rampart. Remember that asshole? But right now, I'm gonna blow some stuff up and live out my Devin Von Devin fanfiction, and it's gonna be so epic.
Hey, he's back. Let's light it up.
Okay. Whoops. No, I just
Okay.
sent a text to that guy's
This is
phone
the
instead of
movie
opening the
where
gate.
Devin clashes with Devin in the first big action set piece. A showdown of epic proportions.
The hell did I just
I
do?
can do a bigger boom.
The hood is gone.
Please?
Hey, you gotta run through and arm all the explosives that are set up. You need to be fast though. If you take too long,
Oh.
automatically disarm as a safety precaution.
I ran straight into those ones. Speed run? What do you mean go through them? Arm the explosives? What? Does it want me to get out? Why is this a top-down thing? Is this like a reference to like 2D top-down kind of games? Is this what this is a reference to? Oh. Wait. And it's playing retro music, so it totally is. So it's meant to be like a retro game right now. I like it. Like the 8-bit music playing here. We're jamming. It's like we're playing like some indie 2D retro game, if it was pixelated or something. And 2D instead of 3D. Like it's acting like it could be 2D, but... it's still a 3D space that we're interacting in, so it's a little bit wonky. Okay, what do you bet it needs to go this way first to unlock something? What you bet? Maybe? Yeah. Like that. And then... the camera's all weird. Oh, it probably has to do that like last then. I guess. So first we do that. To unlock this. And then we do that. And there's Marcus chilling. And we turn that like that. Whoops, a little bit more. Come on. I've never played WatchDogs like this before. It's been a long time since I've played any game like this. What the hell? This is so weird. I love it. It's great. Okay, our camera's back to normal again. Okay, well,
I got it.
okay, still no
Marcus,
cutscene or anything, but... the car's pretty screwed up.
I just came a little.
Tom, I think I'm used to you.
Okay, I want star wipes on this, Marcus. We're making art here.
The car is so run down. Why does it still say reboot at the top? Oh, here's page... we went from page 1 to page 42. Buckingham Palace Day. Devin Von Devin and Devin Van Devin are locked in an epic hand-to-hand showdown. Devon quickly looks over to the royal family tied up in the corner. Don't worry, your highnesses, I'll get you out safe. Devin Van Devin throws a scorpion punch, but Devin Von Devin quickly blocks it. Their feet step in unison. They both try to throw the same judo chop, a perfect mirror of each other. Both saying, stop copying me. They break apart, both rush in with the same uppercut. Their fists slam into each other. We're doing the same moves. They size each other up, nervous. Devin Von Devin then runs, jumping into the air and spinning his leg in an epic roundhouse kick. But Devin Van Devin is doing the exact same kick, and their legs collide in the air with a loud bang, slam crashing to the floor. How can I beat myself?
Coming soon in the
I have another
next
thing,
chapter of the
but
Devin
it's just a
Von
still
Devin
image again.
saga.
Hold on. So now we go that way.
Not the man I thought you were, Devon.
That's because
Whoops,
it
take that random
wasn't
sign.
me. It was Devin, my evil clone. He hasn't been using my fingerprints to fool the
Why does it still say reboot?
He has my fingerprints. He is me. Face it, Devin. You're being replaced by a superior version. I don't think so.
British version.
Nothing beats American made.
Hey, man. Do you think there's a chance that Devin v. Devin, London Culling, could end with Devin Von Devin losing?
What? No way. There is literally nothing that can take Devin Von Devin down.
Except for himself? Huh? Why else did they clone him? Who wins in a death match between Jimmy Siska and Jimmy Siska? It's an impossible riddle.
But his clone is not the same as him. It's not actually Devin versus himself. It's like Alien versus Predator. You know who's going to win.
Oh, fuck, not this again. The xenomorph has acid blood, Marcus. It melts through the Predator's armor.
Nah, fuck you. The Predator has a stealth cloak and thermal vision and fucking rocket launchers. The Predator is the greatest hunter in the galaxy. The Xenomorph is just big game.
I am turning this car around, young man.
My goodness. So do I actually have to get the car down there? Or what's going on here?
Where'd the knockoff Cylons come from?
They're Rempart
Destroy
bots.
Rempart bots?
And how do I get this guy off my ass?
Well, they look angry and armed. Hey, let's get out of here. Maybe we can find a different place to set up.
No way. I'm not letting Rampart take Devin Von Devin away from me, too. The show must go on.
Overheat a decent bit. Come on. Keep firing. Reload. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What? You overheated from that? Okay, come on. Come on. Come on, please. Please do it in time. Yes. Take down. So he just like punches and then yoinks out stuff and then he Falcon kicks. Ah!
You're melting.
What happens if I use this thing, huh? Hold on. Reload. Oh, I could use the trap there. I was about to use the hammer. That's what I was gonna do. Okay, wonderful. Good, good, good. Reload that. Yes. Take down. Falcon punch. Yoink. Have to get away before it explodes.
Gas and eat tacos. And I'm all out of tacos.
You want me to order you some? Drone will get here in just a few minutes.
Marcus, you're ruining my moment.
Freaking. It's a Duke Nukem thing, right?
Guess there are robots in Devin v. Devin now.
Hell yeah, dude. This is like a punch up to the script. Maybe we'll get writing credits for improving the third act.
You know, I can see us looking fresh as hell on the red carpet premiere.
My goodness. Oh, we got a new text file. More of the script of the oh, and my drone just disappeared because reasons, I guess. And why does it currently say I have a different thing down there? What? So we finished the thing.
Perfect.
What?
I got all
It's
the
bugged out.
footage we needed. I'm gonna cut this together and send it to Jenny Siska's crew.
And you'll add Star Wipes?
Weird.
And a banger soundtrack.
Weird. Hello, hello, Alucard. How are you doing today?
Sorry. Wrench.
You can get away with it.
You coming home soon?
Maybe. I've still got to do some stuff here.
Alright. Well, when you get your scrawny ass back to San Fran, hit me up. Everybody's been waiting to do a full crew hangout on the beach. Now, I won't lie. Satara might want to chew your ear off for a bit. But it's with love, right?
You know, that does sound nice. Thanks, man. You're buying, though.
Am I? Just hurry up over there, alright? And once we get this movie out the door, you better not watch the new trailer without me. Mark it in your calendar. You, me, Devin, and Devin.
I love you, man.
I know.
That was actually really cool. I have like no Espanol, so like I know that como estas is how are you, but my goodness, I actually really like that. That was an interesting set of missions for Wrench's Thingamabob. I wish he had more than that, where it's like this entire section here is all stuff for Aiden, whereas it's only this small section is for Wrench stuff. So I wish that it was more like half and half. Because I think that those Wrench missions were actually, like, some of the most fun I've had with this game. That was actually a really good time. And I thought that that final mission was a really good way to close it out. And, you know, also be, like, a good love letter to those who've played the second game and this. So that was really cool. So now we have a... Have we ever tried this other freaking weapon that we got? Why is it bugged out? It's, like, stuck on this weapon. And it appears at the bottom right, something I don't even have. Anyway, I hope you're doing well today, Alucard. Don't know how much you know about WatchDogs stuff, but hold on. Yeah, so there's a shotgun. And now we have the Captain Boom Boom. Fires LTL grenades that trigger a variety of hacks, huh? Interesting. I can't switch things. My freaking thing is bugged. Why is my thing bugged? It says it's empty now? LTL machine gun, totally sexy shredder senpai. Oh, now I can switch. Yeah, we haven't really tried out this before. We've just been using the rat-tat-tat thingamabob. So I guess we can have this equipped. This is what we can do. It's like our main thing. So maybe we'd swap these two. Wow. For convenience sake. So this would be that, and then this would be that. Okay. Let me switch. There we go. There we go. So now we can do that. So I guess we'll just continue with like main story stuff here coming up and whatnot. But yeah, I wanted to play some back when the first one was out for PS4. Yeah, I played the first one a bit after it came out. I think it came with like my motherboard or something like that. There was some deal going on with it. And I played it. I was like, hey, that's really fun. And then I just kind of continued playing the games when they came out and whatnot. And now here we are with new stuff coming out in WatchDogs Legion. This is a DLC side story that was recently added. And now that we've done all these side missions that Wrench can do, because I guess we gotta wait for us to get Aiden back, protagonist of the first game, before we can do these, I guess we'll continue with the main story stuff. So then, let's see here. Red Queen, enters skies. Oh yeah, when we last ended off with the freaking main story stuff, we were getting a phone call from this Sky Larson person, who is this person that is trying to figure out how to put, like, freaking human consciousnesses into machines and whatnot. So Wrench and Jackson managed to stabilize Aiden's condition, but they're at a loss how to revive him from a coma. Wrench is contacted by the mysterious CEO of Brokatech, Sky Larson, who makes him a proposal. What, put Aiden into a robot or something? That'd be a freaking wacky proposal and whatnot. But yeah, there's something that the game wasn't, but it ended up being fine. Yeah, that's what I heard with the first Watch Dogs game. Like, I wasn't following the game before it released. I didn't even know it existed before it released, quite frankly. I was not following it at all. I just got into it, like, after the fact. When it came out after, I'm pretty sure I got it for free with, like, my first computer build. I'm fairly certain. It was either, like, my core or my motherboard, where it's just like, yep, this is just gonna come with Watch Dogs for a while. So I played it there, and I was like, hey, that's fun. So, like, I wasn't somebody that, you know, knew what was promised before and wasn't delivered on. I was somebody that had literally no idea what the game was, hopped into it, and I was like, hey, I'm having fun. Like, it definitely wasn't perfect or anything like that, but I generally had fun, and I had a bit of a good time. And then Watch Dogs 2 released, and I played that, and it was a bit of a different experience, because Watch Dogs 1 is about telling, like, a linear story start to finish. You go from one story mission to another, and then yada yada. Watch Dogs 2 was more so, here's a world, there's missions all over the place. Like, it was open world, and each of these missions was its own, like, mini plot line. So because of that, there really wasn't that much of an overarching story, but it was fascinating because these are games that, you know, are all about making arguments about, like, what's possible with technology. Like, you've been hacked, random car, off the road you go. So it was interesting seeing that kind of format making arguments about, you know, the potential dangers that technology can have, and, you know, the way that... Why did that explode? The way that some groups can and do misuse it within our own world, and it's fascinating to see that. So Watch Dogs 2 did that with, like, the modern day, and then Watch Dogs 3, which is supposed to take place in, like, the kind of sometime in the future here in London, was about trying to make arguments with what could be possible in the future and what kind of situations can we consider with that. But I feel like as they went on, they got, like, less and less focused. Because, I mean, of course it was going to get less focused from Watch Dogs 1 to Watch Dogs 2 since it went from linear to open world. But then in Legion, because you don't even have, like, main characters, you literally just have, like, the ability to recruit anybody off the street and whatnot. There was, like, no characters that could develop in any way. You just have a freaking cast that interacts in cutscenes like they are just randomly generated characters and have, like, preset generic responses for whatever situation. So because of that, even though I just finished, like, the main story of Watch Dogs Legion, like, not even a year ago yet, I barely remember the story of it already. I remember some parts of it and some cool arguments that it made, but I've already forgotten most of it. But so far with this, like, additional DLC side story, which actually does have, like, preset characters of one of the main characters from Watch Dogs 2, along with the main character from Watch Dogs 1, who's currently in a coma and we're trying to save, I found that it's been, like, a lot more focused, and I guess because you actually have characters here that are undergoing a story and whatnot, instead of them just existing in a world where not a whole lot of stuff is happening a lot of the time. And the way that it handles progression has been really satisfying. Like, the way side quests were handled in the main game was just like, oh, here's side quests that, like, give you money that you're probably never really going to use anyway, that you already have plenty of, so there's no real reason to go around doing side quests. Whereas this, every side quest is its own little story. The freaking Wrench ones were hella fun, and they all directly give you, like, your upgraded hacks and whatnot. Like, these are your skills that you get for doing the side quest. So I very much like the way that Bloodline has handled its progression systems, and it makes me really wonder what this game would be like if the main game had actually had like preset characters that it was focused on, and maybe it was just like the online mode that let you recruit anybody off the street, and it was just for that, but the main game had like preset characters. Don't mind me. And then like the same kind of progression system where it's like to get additional hacks you need to do like side quests and whatnot that each give their own additional hack. Unlike what the main game had of like, oh, there's tech points all over the world that you collect and then you can just like redeem them to get hacks. And it's like, oh, okay. There's no real special missions for any of them. It's just like, oh, there's a tech point somewhere in this building. Go get it. And it's like, you know, it gets really repetitive eventually and whatnot. So I very much like what this DLC side story has done, and it makes me wonder what it would have been like if the main game had been a bit more like this. But yeah, graphics did bug you a bit, but it wasn't game breaking for you. Yeah, I know that the graphics was like a big thing that a lot of people complained about. Them showing off like really incredible graphics that the actual game at the end of the day didn't wind up having and whatnot. The doggy's doing pretty alrighty. We were playing outside earlier today with the hose. She loves getting sprayed with the hose. It's funny, she hates the rain, she hates baths, but she loves getting sprayed with the hose. It's like one of her favorite things. So she's probably still a little bit damp right now. She's probably mostly dried off, but she got a good spraying earlier today that she freaking loved. She loves getting sprayed. But yeah, there's my little spiel on the WatchDogs games up to this point. Also, the online in this game could be way better. It's interesting. This game has like a lot of cool things going for it, and you could tell that there were a lot of people that were like really passionate about like putting things into this world and whatnot and creating all sorts of arguments. It's just with the whole main game at the end of the day, I feel like they tried to do so much of everything that they did like a whole lot of nothing. And I mean, in games like Watch Dogs 2, you had a whole bunch of everything with like all the different game modes and stuff like that all over the place. Whereas Legion was just like, here's a whole bunch of everything with like the different random characters that you can play as, but then, you know, you're probably just gonna stick with like one or two main characters anyway, and you know, it's not really fun to freaking nerf yourself by doing some character that's not as good but has the one specific thing that you need, and it's just freaking... It seems like there was a lot of... like, when I think about certain games being developed, if I think about something like Breath of the Wild, it's clear that there's a lot of mechanics in that game where the developers were sitting around a table and were like, what if you could do this? And they put it into the game. Like shield surfing, for example. There's a lot of things in Breath of the Wild that are like, okay, this is clear that somebody had this idea, and they put it in. And it all works really well together. But in Watch Dogs Legion, you can tell that a lot of people had a lot of ideas that they then put in, but all those ideas are usually different like character aspects on these random characters that you recruit around the world, that if you want to try them out and play somebody with that aspect, then you're now giving up playing your other character that you could be playing with these other things that you like, so you rarely get the chance to experience them, and whenever you do, you freaking nerf your potential to experience other things. So, but yeah, there's that. But yeah, all games get repetitive if they are long enough, but some are good and some apply it properly. Yeah, I feel like this game got repetitive, but not like in the sense where it's like, okay, this is completely boring now. It just kind of got repetitive in the sense where it's like, okay, what's really driving things forward here? Because that's what it felt like a lot of the time. Like, I've really been enjoying this DLC side story, and I've been enjoying these side missions and whatnot. They've been really fun. This DLC side story has been really good so far, and I kind of wish the main game was more like it now. But yeah, that was the issue with the first one, that it got repetitive and whatnot. It definitely can in some ways. Like, I generally enjoyed my time with like main story stuff without finding it too repetitive. I mean, I did freaking wish the story had gone some other ways, but generally I enjoyed it without finding it repetitive. But my goodness, if you want 100% that game and you just go around doing like the freaking 40 driving contract missions, for example, that's when it gets like to be the most repetitive, boring freaking thing where it's like, ugh, why? And I freaking had to do almost all of them to unlock the final criminal convoy mission. So I could do that because that mission is a crossover with Assassin's Creed, so I had to do that as part of my Assassin's Creed playthrough, since I was doing Assassin's Creed 4 at the time, and it has to do with that game. So that's what I did. But yeah, oh, the problem with the first one was it was selling a lot, but delivered less. Sorry, I should have read the follow-up to that. Yeah, because I wasn't somebody that knew what it promised, I guess I wasn't somebody that was like as bummed out by that kind of thing, because I never knew what it promised, because I only played it afterwards. So I was just talking about my Breath of the Wild stream. Breath of the Wild is freaking fun.
I have a nice crib too. Wait, is she a billionaire?
So the Dudo that we need to save, the protagonist from the first game, is in a coma. We don't know how to save him, and we've been contacted by this person that's trying to put like human minds into robots and stuff. So let's see how that plot point goes. If she tells us to put his mind into a machine, that'll certainly be something. Nice loading screen. Time to get flashbanged by the loading screen.